Okay, so I made a video about Hourglass Cave's reverb and how it wasn't working properly on consoles after the original Xbox. Well, turns out I was completely wrong. I saw comments in my video saying that they could have sworn it was on 360 and that it was also working on the Xbox One. So, before I fired a nuke at the chat telling them that they were wrong and they should feel bad, I decided to do the impossible. Research. I looked up videos on YouTube of different console playthroughs and what do you know? This definitely happened because of misremembering and not doing enough research prior. I even had to look up old speedruns of me playing on the Xbox One and Series S. JSRF also has this reverb on 360 too. So yeah, sorry for committing cringe everyone. I'll try to not make that happen again. So guys, did you know that Hourglass Caves has reverb? Well yes, it's true. It's very subtle and hard to hear because of the music, but if you turn it down or disable the music, you can definitely notice it. So, what sound effects do get reverbed? I went over briefly in the previous video about that, but I guess I can go more in depth about this one. So, any sound effect that is classified as a binary file will have the reverb effect applied. So Blinx has sound effects that are packaged together in binary instead of individual audio files. Not all binary files are used for reverb because not every single binary file is used for every level. There are specific level sound effects that are separated into their own binary files. So yeah, sorry, we're not having reverb chrono horn sound effects. Here are the binary files that are used in Hourglass Caves. System sound effects.bin, being the system and menu sound effects, yeah, like the pause and unpause feature. These get reverb too. Player sound effects.bin. This is sound effects made by Blinx that isn't his voice, like sweeping, jumping, pulling out the sweeper, walking, getting hit, etc, etc. Player voice.bin. This is Blinx's voice lines. Tom sound effects.bin. This is the TomTom Biker sound effects. TomVoice.bin. This is the TomTom Biker's voice lines. Enemy sound effects.bin. All time monster enemy sound effects. Gimmick sound effects.bin. These are sound effects that are not caused by Blinx, but things like doors, trampolines, and chests, and stuff like that. Round 3 sound effects. This is the ambient noises that play in Round 3 or Hourglass Caves, like the water droplet and the sort of whooshing coming from the waterfalls. Now you may be curious, but Miku, how come time controls and music isn't reverbed? Well, that's because there's a separate file list used for that sort of thing, called ADX files. ADX files are useful because you can insert loops into them and they will play forever. That's why time control sound effects don't just stop and they'll just keep going, or why the music in Blinx doesn't stop playing at all. But yeah, these ADX files are different to binary files. These ADX files are higher in audio quality and have 2 channels of audio to take advantage of stereo audio, while the binary files are lower in quality and are only using mono audio. But this reduces the file size by a lot, which helps with game storage optimization. I didn't check all the binary files, but I assume that all of them play at 198 kilobits per second, while the ADX files are at a more uncompressed 396 kilobits per second. There, see, I specifically stated that I didn't properly check, so if I'm wrong you can't yell at me. And do you want to know what's crazy? All of the binary files combined are a total of 12.8 megabytes. Okay, so how big is the ADX folder? Oh, just over 100 times bigger. Don't underestimate the compression of audio files. Anyway, just wanted to apologize again on the misinformation and hope this video makes up for it. See, even the Blinx guy can become too overconfident and misremember stuff about his favorite game.